Welcome back, everyone. This is GTA Failure, and this is the first in a series of viewer-inspired videos. This video comes from a comment left by YouTuber Technovecna, and I'll read their comment in just a little bit, but I want to put out there that in this video, I am going to try to break the world record for one of the categories here in San Andreas. So we're looking at speedrun.com/GTASA, and if you look at the bottom there, we've got the main categories here. These are the most highly contested categories. There's a lot of subcategories, smaller ones and stuff like that, but these are the main categories right here, the big ones. So reading from bottom left, any percent. To the right of that, no major glitches, then maximum muscle, then 100%. So maximum muscle, that's the one that we're going to try to break today in this video. It's exciting times we live in. Let's go ahead and start a brand new game and get into it. At the start of this new game, we're going to type the cheat code Life's a Beach just to remove CJ's shirt since we're going to be working out. And let's head over here, see if we can find a motorcycle. All right, this one will do. And the game says get on the bike, which I'm about to, and then I get a star. It's fucking entrapment. What is that bullshit? All right, so I know technically you're not supposed to use any cheat codes when you're attempting a legitimate world record like I am here. I'm certain that the mods over on speedrun.com are going to be so impressed with the quality of my gameplay here that they'll be willing to make an exception for my, shirt removing cheat code. As we've already discussed, none of the indoor gyms is open at the start of a brand new game, but there is one gym that's accessible to CJ right at the beginning of a game. I showed it to you in the last video. It's the outdoor gym over on Santa Monica Beach. And as we saw in my last video, the game caps how much exercising you can do in a given in-game day. Here reading from the wiki, if in a single day the player loses 40% fat or gains 20% stamina or gains 20% muscle, they will have to wait until the next day before being allowed to work out again. The gym day resets at midnight every night. So if you're capped on a certain day, you just wait until midnight that night, and then you can start working out again until you reach, the 40% fat loss or the 20% muscle gain. So we're trying to get to 100% muscle gain. Is that going to take us 5 in-game days? Well, first of all, no, because you actually don't start at 0% muscle in a brand new game. Again, from the wiki, behind the scenes, the muscle stat is measured with a value from 0 to a maximum of 1,000, 0 up to 1,000. The default value at the start of a new game is 50. That's 50 out of 1,000, which is 5%. So you start the game with 5%, and in order for us to break this world record of maximum muscle, we need to get from 5% up to 100%. So we need to gain 95% muscle. And gaining 95% muscle when we're capped to at most 20% muscle increase per day is still going to take us 5 days. So we're on day number 1 right now, and we'll gain our 20% here today, but then we have to wait until midnight tonight before the gym reopens, lets us work out again, and we can gain another 20%. And once you gain that 20% muscle in a given day, the game stops you from doing any more reps and says, you have worked out enough for today, come back tomorrow. It turns out if you do 41 dumbbell curls at 20 pounds, you will get capped for the day in terms of your working out. So I'm going to stop at 40 reps here, but if I do one more, if I do that 41st rep, the bottom of the screen will say that's enough for today. So I opted to stop there. Now, I thought you had to wait until midnight in order to work out again, but it turns out if you just go far enough away, like for me, I just went to the sidewalk and turned around, that's enough to reset the day. If you don't run far enough away, then right here, you do this one rep and that counts as your 41st for the day and the game caps you and says you're done. But if you go far enough away and it turns out just to the sidewalk is far enough away, you get to reset the 41 rep maximum for the day. So here's our strat. In order to set this elite world record, we are going to do 40 reps and then run to the sidewalk and come back and do 40 reps and run to the sidewalk and come back. So let's go ahead and read that comment that inspired this video. Again, the YouTuber's name is Technovecna. There is one trick to build muscle faster. Turns out you can reset your fatigue if you've not reached the daily limit by moving away from the gym about 150 feet or so, and then you can come back and start exercising again. 40 reps of 20-pound dumbbells is just enough to not exceed the daily limit. I had no idea. Really thought you had to wait until midnight. I mean, I knew you could buy a safe house, in particular the one that's here on the beach, and then go save your game a few times to get it to quickly get to midnight, but still, that's way slower than just running a few feet away out to the sidewalk and back. Stop fucking dancing, CJ. I have a world record to break here. I can't move until he stops dancing. All right, pardon me, miss. Just have to get to the sidewalk and then head back over and do some more reps. Feel the burn. Really, really cool piece of knowledge shared by Technovecna. go check out their YouTube channel, which I've linked in the video description below. They've got a number of GTA videos, including several from here in San Andreas. In particular, there's an interesting one where they do the Chiliad challenge. That's a challenge where you go up to the top of Mount Chiliad, you hop on the provided BMX bike, and then that starts a bike race. I assumed you had to use the provided BMX bike, but Technovecta found a way to use a motorcycle and set a very good time on what's supposed to be a BMX bicycle race. He deserves more views than he has, so go check out the link to his channel in the description below and throw him a sub. Let's come back to the wiki and read a little bit more about muscle. Muscle indicates CJ's muscular development. Muscle influences how much damage CJ can do in melee combat, as well as the respect stat. In fact, you've seen in the top left multiple times in this video, it'll say respect increases. You can now run a larger gang. Muscle is increased by working out at a gym or otherwise exercising, running, riding bikes, swimming. A 50% muscle statistic alters CJ's walking and running style. A 100% muscle statistic may prevent CJ from initiating contact with some girlfriends. Lifting weights will make CJ gain between 0.1% and 0.9% muscle for each repetition, depending on his current strength and the weight he is using. Heavier weights result in greater gains than lighter ones, and the stronger CJ becomes, the smaller the gains will be. So all of that makes sense, right? Like that's how it works in real life. But I'm pretty sure I said in the last video, and I think I'm going to say in some coming videos, that it doesn't matter what weight you lift, that you get the same muscle gain no matter what. So what I said is not correct. But the conclusion that you can just lift the lightest weight and that will give you the most muscle, that is correct. Coming back to the wiki, when comparing the same weight level, for example, the fourth weight on the bench press versus the fourth weight on the dumbbells, the bench press provides a higher muscle gain per repetition. However, there is an implementation bug in the game. The muscle gain from the first dumbbell weight, 20 pounds, does not decrease as CJ's muscle stat increases. This means it always provides the full gain value, making it the fastest reliable method for maximizing muscle. Okay, gang, this is our last trip to the sidewalk. Let's hope that there's no pedestrians in the way. You, get the hell out of the way. I'm so close to my dream of getting a world record. All right, I gotta calm down. I just need to breathe. I don't mean to be like so angry here, but I did take some steroids in preparation for recording footage for this video, and I think I've got the roid rage. All right, reading from the wiki again. Using the treadmill or stationary bike at a gym for 14 seconds will cause CJ to gain 1% muscle. 150 seconds of running in-game or 100 seconds of swimming or biking will cause CJ to gain 1% muscle. If you own a copy of the game, feel free to give this a shot. Just start a brand new game, come over here, and time how long it takes to get maximum muscle. We're closing in on my new world record right here. And if you do attempt this, put your best time in the comment section below. All right, just a few more reps to go. Oh, just one more little sliver of muscle, CJ. Let's do this. And bam! Body muscle upgraded, maximum reached. I forgot to stop the timer. I was just so friggin' excited. I think my time was 7:18. We'll need to frame count it to really check for sure. So that's going to wrap it up for this viewer-inspired video. Many thanks to Technovecta for the comment. I appreciate all of you, my viewers in YouTube land, who supported me through this elite world record maximum muscle attempt. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you real soon.